I think that was younger than 10, I think.
Yeah.
Probably like 8 or 7 or something like that.
I was about 15 when I started bass.
I don't know if we can see the drummer back there. Y'all might have to scoot. How old were you?
I was 14 when I started playing drums.
You were 14. So we got 14 and 15 and 10 and 10 and 7. So it just shows you that even at a young age, you can get involved in music, the beauty of jazz. Now, and I'm going to assume that a lot of that, DeVere was the call and you guys were the response because he was like leading and then you guys would.
That's it.
The neat thing about listening to jazz was everybody got their opportunity to show what they could do. That was really cool. And I believe that y'all indicated you were going to do a Latin swing song for my father.
Yeah.
I have another demonstration here. This is Latin swing. You tell a little bit, and we'll go ahead and do that one.
Yeah, this was the tune that was written by a well-known jazz pianist, Horace Silver. It's a Latin tune, so it has more of a straight 8-note feel. Less of that dooba-dooba-doo and more of the tick-tock, tick-tock. So listen for that.
And remember, you guys, even if you call during the music, we will get your questions in. That's 428-7860, or if you email in, it's question@etvhuntsville.com. So feel free to call in during the music if you have any questions, and when the song's over, we'll answer them for you. Take it away, Steve.
Okay. Y'all set me down.
Just give us a little bit. I can listen to that all day.
All right.
Now, we did have a couple of questions sent in to us. Now, I think we discussed this a little bit, but you can flesh it out a little bit. And you'll notice that Howard Bankhead has showed up. He was hiding under the table the whole time. We didn't know it. How did jazz come about or get started? And I think we addressed that a little bit with the blues and the cotton fields singing, the slaves singing.
Well, like Steve said, the roots really came from the cotton fields with the slaves, with the blues and the spirituals that they sang. And really, the actual first, if you want to know the first major center for jazz, though, that was in Storyville, which was in New Orleans. And that's where the first, like, sort of major center for jazz was located in the late 19th century, early 20th century.
And someone asked, who was the first musician that performed jazz, or I guess you'd officially call jazz?
Well, you can't really coin the very first jazz musician because a lot of the first recordings, the first demonstrations and playings of jazz were not recorded. They didn't have the technology to do that. But one of the earliest ones that you can certainly date back to is Jelly Roll Morton. They called him Jelly Roll. I don't know why. He was from New Orleans. He was a Creole, and he kind of.
There was actually a musical based on his life, I believe, that came out on Broadway or off Broadway several years ago.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
Now, Howard, being that you guys are here with the Tennessee Valley Jazz Society, when did that start, and what exactly do you guys do?
Well, the Jazz Society started in 1981.
81.
Yes, and
26 years old.
Yes. And our main thing is to make sure that jazz is played and heard throughout the community.
Well, you want to tell us a little bit? I know that you have the Jazz in June Festival. I don't think we picked an exact day yet, but tell us a little bit about usually where that is and what kind of things you guys do with the Jazz in June Festival, because I know a lot of the kids like to come to that.
We first started Mount Central State Park, Hill Mountain here years ago, and then we moved around town. Right now we're present downtown Big Springs Park, but we're still trying to find a home to call our home forever.
So this year you guys were in Big Spring International Park.
Yes.
That's the same place they do Pound to Play.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Yeah.
But jazz needs an ambiance to it. It
That's
needs
right.
trees and water, environment. So we're glad to move downtown where the action is.
So the best thing to do is just check with you or your website and find out.
Yes.
And in the next couple of months, we ought to know when Jazz in June is and
Yes.
where all the events. Now they're kind of scattered around town. Y'all do a lot of different events.
Yeah, libraries, schools, senior homes, housing authorities. So
speaking of schools, Howard, you have a thing called Jazz in the Schools or Jazz Education in the Schools. Yes. What exactly is that? Is that like an outreach for you guys or what?
It is. It's the main program to go into the schools so kids can be exposed to music directly. Because most times they're getting their influence from TV and radio. And so our mission is to go into the schools where kids can see the musicians playing, they can ask questions to the musicians. And this has been successful for us in the last 10 years.
All right. Now, how many schools do y'all usually do reach with this program each year?
Well, we've had as many as 20 schools one year and as low as 7 schools. Hopefully next year we can get to 27 schools, being our 27th year of being the Jazz Society.
Great. And if you have a school or a teacher that wants to contact you about that, how do they arrange it? How much does it cost? Or any kind of things that people would need to know if they want to be able to bring your group to explain jazz and rhythm and syncopation to their